Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Penberlan Farm. Today we're doing some baling. We've got the little Welger baler out, we've got the Deutz that I love so much out, we've got a Crone bale cage trailer thing out. We're going slowly because this is the maximum speed we can do in this thing. And we're making small bales. We're going to be selling these straight off so it doesn't matter too much. Because I do have the cheapy bales still over the shop that I haven't moved yet. I've been leaving the game kind of warm up for a while so I don't get the weird frame rate issue I've been getting for a while. I think it might have been just random other maps that were causing it. Because I have a habit of just leaving maps abandoned in my mod folder. But that seems to have been rectified somehow. Odd, my left arm is quite sore at the moment. For no apparent reason. I think I've pulled something in my left arm, you know. Oh, that was a... Ooh, it's my elbow. There's a strong weather change coming on the way. Ooh, yeah. The air pressure outside is changing quite rapidly at the moment. And it tends to affect my left elbow. Which can tell the weather, by the way. The weather's going to change quite drastically in the near future by the way that it feels. Which is, in a word, painful. In 2 words, very painful. So let's see how good we're doing on the 79 out of 174 bales, so we're not even halfway full. Good lord. 87 will be halfway full. 84. So this trailer is set up with autoload script version 2, which can handle the ARM team bales, both big and small, so I can do the extreme baling bales if I really want to, although they don't wrap particularly well. Also, these bales don't tend to work very well with seasons and snow masks and stuff like that, so be aware of that. You will need to fiddly guy 3D and stuff like that, which it's not particularly good, which means you probably need to fiddle your tinker with the scripting for the auto load mod as well, which again isn't good, but you can see this is doing quite a good job with 98 of 174 bales loaded in now. 99. You can see that it makes effectively a series of couches, which I kind of enjoy. Not entirely sure how this is going to look when it's full. I've never had this thing full before. It might have helped if I was using a more powerful tractor, but honestly, this little Deutz, I didn't want to use something too big. I know that I used the Challenger during the stream yesterday. That was just as a joke because I got annoyed with all the small tractors not working. It was either going to be this or the Massey pulling it in the video as backup plans, and this was the first tractor that I grabbed, so this is the tractor that I'll use. I'm really gonna be interested in seeing how this looks when it's full, because there's still space for 60 odd bales on there. I don't quite see how 60 bales are gonna fit. I really don't, but it is most definitely an interesting sight to see. An interesting knowledge, knowing that there's 115 bales in that trailer right now. 116. This baler and trailer pack is from Marhu's website, by the way. I can't remember exactly who it's by. I think it might be Farmer Andy. If I'm wrong, I do apologise, but it is most definitely a very good pack to get. If only because it's a small baler that you can actually use. You know, it's got some uses at least, as opposed to the ARM team's Welger, which basically is useless. It doesn't make much sense to use it for any purposes other than throwing bales around or having bale fights. Downside is it does take maybe a bit more horsepower than it should. It takes, I think, the same amount of horsepower as a round baler, which honestly, if you're making bales, you're better off going round over these things. Bright side with the tiny bales, and there is one, they're really, really good if you use a lot of bales to do something. If you're going to get very precise mixed rations, these things are what, 400 and 500 litres. You're not going to be going too wrong with these bales. You can't screw it up too much. So I'm really impressed with how this looks actually. It's just a nice setup. It's something that you possibly would see in real life. Maybe not in Europe, but in America. I know in Europe you just dump the bales on the ground and somebody comes around in a trailer afterwards. 90% of the time, or you get one of the, and these do exist, automated small bale stackers. Which they look amazing, and I really, really hope somebody makes one for Farm Sim at some point. That'd be something awesome to have, because you can stack 200-300 bales of it, and it would make this kind of baler really awesome. You know, small balers, the likes of the John Deere 24T, which I do plan on getting at some point, and maybe making that have this kind of bales so that it all works together. Although that does come with, or that can come with a bale stacker if you wanted to. But I'd like to get one that you know is usable, I guess, on a larger scale. Right now it's not necessarily the best, but things change over time and it'll get there eventually. Because for those of you that don't know, I do enjoy making small bales. There's still room for another 16 bales on this. How is there room for another? Oh, I see how. Let's take the HUD down completely here. Completely, please. There we go. Take a nice screenshot of this going through the hay. Like... So I'm gonna have to get out of the tractor here to do this. I'm gonna do this in a bit of a different way. Usually I take the screenshots after, but today I want to do it before, or while I'm doing the video, just to show you guys. This is Creator Tools I'm using, by the way. Well, it's going to be a little douchebag and have that little circle, so I have to be very careful with where I put this thing. Be a sweet thumbnail if it wasn't so. Yeah, that'll have to do. And let's get a screenshot. Oh, also I need to fix this now. Here we go. Let's get the HUD back up. There's 165 bales, room for 9 more on the trailer. 8 more to go. And this takes a lot more bales than... This looks spectacular with all the bales loaded on, I have to admit. I'm pleasantly surprised. And we might just have time to... This is as fast as I can go. This is literally using all the horsepower this thing has right now to get 6 kilometers an hour. There we go. 170, 171. I will start preparing this thing to 173, 174 bales. Awesome. So that's to turn off the baler. Lift that up. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to be lazy and just pop this into the field for now. Like that. Kinda looks like it lost a bale somewhere in all that, but it's fine. Let's get it back onto collection mode. Just to make sure that it is in fact collecting. Just empty out the baler. Now, why on earth did that bale just randomly scoot off? I see you there, bale. I am not blind. I may not be wearing my glasses, but I'm not entirely blind. Where'd you come from? You didn't come from this stack at all, did you? But you can sit right up on here on the top. That bale came out of the baler while I was jerking about there, well, didn't it? So let's get this running again. Yes, because there were 4 bales and now there's 3. Grab the pit, come on. Come on, you know you want it. There we go. There we go. Wonderful. So now it's just a case of finishing off the rest of the fields. And this wonderfully small baling equipment. I do love using this stuff. Yes, it's slow, and yes, it's kind of time consuming to work the fields with it, but at the same time it's a nice reminder of how time can move on and yet the old stuff is still useful. Because there are plenty of videos on YouTube of people in real life using this stuff, and I've seen farmers around me using small balers. I think I whipped bale, did I? No. There's farmers around me that still make small bales. So I mean, it's not a case of... Huh. I just had a thought. I might grab the Massey in a minute and test something. Because if I can do the thing what I think I can do, that's going to make small bale handling very, very easy. Because I've got a bale fork that has a locking script on it. Not the CSZ locking script, but I've got the bale grab fork. Now if I can grab... I don't know exactly how it works, but if I can grab 6 or 9 or 12 of those bales, I can actually load up a big trailer with those reasonably easily. This is Dave getting ideas, and bad ones at that. Because those bale handlers, I happen to know, are made specifically for small bales usually, and it's very rare that they're used with big 8-foot bales. You usually use on, you know, 1 foot to 2 foot bales like this. In fact, I don't know what kind of bales this puts out, but they're indeed small bales. There we go. And soon we will be able to harvest. If you're wondering why we're not harvesting yet, it's because the crops aren't actually ready. It'll say in the pause menu that the crops are ready to harvest. They're actually not. The pause menu is going off what the game thinks, whereas Seasons goes off what Seasons knows. And Seasons knows these crops are not yet ready to harvest because they're not fully mature. There's still some immaturity. They are still Padawan harvests. And they're still Padawan crops. They have not yet fulfilled the duties of the Jedi crop order or something. I don't know why I decided to go with the Star Wars thing there, but I did. I honestly have no idea. But the crops aren't ready to be harvested. The way Seasons works is the crops have to be on the final ready to harvest stage to actually be harvestable. And right now they're on the first ready to harvest stage, so they're not too far from being actually ready to harvest, but they're not actually ready to harvest yet. Such is the fun of the Seasons mod. That you gotta know that ready to harvest doesn't always mean it's actually ready to harvest. Hope you guys enjoyed yesterday's stream, or while I wasn't doing the most exciting work, mowing and tedding and windrowing, I did try and interact with you guys as much as humanly possible. Everything that got said in chat, I tried to address. Every question that I got asked, every thought that somebody put in, I do try and address everything in the streams. Obviously, I'm not some kind of magical chat reading robot that can say 6 things at once, so I can't address absolutely everything, and some stuff did get missed. And I do apologize to those of you whose comments I didn't see. And I'll apologize in advance to those of you whose comments I won't see in this video as well, or I won't reply to. That's more a case of I've got very limited time, because I've got a lot of projects and a lot of stuff in my hands. And I just can't reply to every comment, which is more's the pity. But if you do want to comment on the video today, feel free. If you got a thought or a question or whatever, I'm more likely to respond if you got a question. Some questions I just refuse to respond to, like when are you next streaming? There's a schedule in Discord for that. Join the Discord if you haven't already, guys, because that's got a lot of important information for you guys that I don't think would be welcome in the description or the channel banner. I do have a schedule over there, so if you want to know when I'm streaming what or what I'm doing on any given day, you'll find it all there. You might have noticed over the last few days that I've changed my upload time, and I haven't actually changed the schedule. I'm now uploading at 2 PM. That's just to allow the videos a bit of time to breathe, I guess, before a stream. Because I know a lot of you guys, you go to school, you come home, you find something to watch on YouTube, you sit down and watch it, and then I suddenly start streaming and you have to give up on that. So I'm giving the videos a bit of time to breathe with changing the upload time. Not that it does make a difference, but it's not much of a difference from what I've been seeing. If you're wondering why I've just gone quiet, it's because I've just changed the battery in my e-cig and I'm double checking that it's actually vaporizing correctly, and it is, which is good. There's not a whole lot really I can say other than I really enjoy these bales. This welger baler, for whatever reason, I don't know why, this specific welger baler seems to have better textures than the ARM team's welger baler. I get the feeling they might have been retouched by the person whose name I just can't remember, I'm afraid. The person who made this mod, they might have been retouched by him, because they don't seem as blurry. They're still kind of blurry, but they're not as train wrecky as the ARM team textures, which are borderline unfixable, just because they're all pictures. It's a shame. It's a real shame. But that's the way it goes sometimes with modding, is some people, and I'm gonna use this word. Yes, they made a nice model. Yes, they made a nice baler. Yes, they made some nice scripts, ARM team did. But they fall down, they're very lazy for a mod team on texturing. Especially with their converts, they literally just straight convert and don't really do much to it other than that. For example, the Merlot, that needs a complete and utter texture overhaul, which is doable, but it would require going into Blender and literally shredding the model to retexture everything, and it's not something that I have time for. It's probably not something that the ARM team has time for, because they are, I believe, working on a couple of new mods as well. But I kind of feel like they are letting themselves down by maybe releasing some older mods again, converted, like this, like the Baler, like the Merlot, like the John Deere that everybody loves. I personally don't like it. I don't like their John Deere. It just doesn't it's from FS11. The textures aren't going to be up to scratch. The Welgers from FS13, it's just not up to scratch. Even the Crone and John Deere balers, they're from FS15. The textures were acceptable in 15. They weren't ever particularly spectacular, and they're just not up to scratch now, I'm afraid. That's why the ARM team mods have kind of been not very visible, is because, yeah, they make great mods and they make great texture, they make great models and scripts and all, but where texture work is concerned, they kind of hit themselves in the face with a frying pan. Because it's a real shame. I'd love to say, you know, they're all around great mods, but they've got that one fatal flaw that it makes a lot of them very hard to use. Because yes, textures aren't everything, but when something is blurry, or you know, there's something that's blatantly out of place, it detracts from the mod as a whole, and that's kind of the case with the ARM team mods right now. I'm hoping their new stuff is, you know, spectacular, because I do want to use their stuff. It's just that it's not quite where maybe it should be. That's a real shame to say. I hate saying it. But and here's the upside. In June, we will all have the mod contest to look forward to, and it looks like Black Sheep are entering. They look like they'll be entering a 6. This isn't fact. This is what from what I can see, and from what guesswork I've put together. It's all on their Facebook page, so you can have a look on their Black Sheep Modding's Facebook page. Make your own assumptions, make your own guesses. It looks like they're working on a Massey Ferguson 600 pack and a Massey Ferguson 135, which is gonna make me very happy. Matt that made the Massey 698 and 15 that Sim retextured and everybody loves, it looks like he's working on a Ford TW35, which, oh yes, I will take that any day of the week. BM Modding are no doubt working on something that's just going to blow everything else out of the water. Although I will say, if it's the Chrome Baler again, no. Hopefully they only enter the once this time. But they... I don't know. I know of a few people, one of note, working on the horse map. The one that's for the like mapping based on a real place competition that they've got going in within the map competition. I know of at least one person of note working on that. I know of somebody working on another entry. Potentially being vague. Because I don't want to get your guys' hopes up in case it's not in the mod contest. Because, you know the way things are, you can say, oh, well, this will be done by June. Being in, about mid-April right now. And come June, it's nowhere to be seen, because there's been a bug that you've spent a week trying to get rid of, and it just won't go away. But it looks like we're gonna have the same kind of mod contest we had last time around, where there's a lot of people gonna bring their A game. The big guys are gonna bring their A game, for sure. And then you'll have kind of, I don't want to call them mid-tier, you'll have the, oh my god, you need to have this mods. You'll have the, oh, this is really good mods. And then you'll have the guys who maybe are new to map modding and don't have the experience or the knowledge that the guys bringing their A game have. And they release stuff that maybe, I know one mod in particular, it had a bug that it just wouldn't work in the last mod contest. One had controls that were hidden. which is a big no-no for me. And then, most sadly of all, and this is one that really infuriated me, in the mod contest, you have people who'll straight up steal somebody else's mod and try and make money out of it. Because of course the mod contest has a cash prize. Somebody did that last time around. Somebody stole a map and put it into the mod contest thinking nobody'd notice. That's just not something you do, dude. You don't take credit for other people's work. I mean, even... I know some... You know, I know that I've got a few complaints over this. The, lawn care inspired stuff that I do in Thornton, you might notice that I keep referring to Declan. I know who... Oh, nuts. I know what it's inspired by. I know what I'm doing. And I know that I need to at least reference Simulate's videos. They are very heavily inspired by Simulate. Who we do talk, and we do try not to put out the same videos, but sometimes our plans kind of collide and we end up putting out lawn care style videos on the same day. His are lawn care, mine are just I'm doing a thing that involves a trophy hopper. And yes, it is a contract, but it's not called lawn care. It's similar, but I've kind of got my own spin on it in a way. And I do have plans to expand that in the future, so keep your eyes open. But I think that is about all the time we have for today, unfortunately. I am going to have to love you guys and leave you guys for the day. I'll be back at 5 PM GMT if you're watching this right as it goes live, or on Friday in general, with some Thornton Farm off-camera work. We'll probably be working at the churchyard again. That still needs a bit of work done to it. We'll be back again with Penberlan on Monday at 2 PM. And we'll have same usual schedule next week. I may try and get some videos done over the weekend, and maybe get a bonus stream going on Monday. If I do, it will not be Farm Sim. It'll be probably a Assetto Corsa or something, just doing some chill racing there. I might not be as engaged with the chat, because obviously Assetto Corsa is a racing game and you gotta concentrate on the racing when you're doing that. But I will leave you by saying I've been RainbowDave. You've been watching Farming Simulator 17 on Penberlan Farm. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button and don't forget to leave a comment on your way out. And if you're new here, do hit the subscribe button as well if you enjoyed what you saw. You want to see more, you want to show up in streams on time or whatever. Until next time, stay safe and goodbye.